Hi, I'm CJ Altenberg with Transwest Truck Trailer RV in Frederick, Colorado. We've got a brand new Logan sitting behind us. This is a 2025 Logan Coach Ranch Hand. Now, this is one of their newer models that they've come out here with recently. We're excited to walk you through. It's got a lot of cool extras and options on it. This is really somewhat comparable to, your pipe trailers or your half tops, but there's quite a few things on this Ranch Hand from Logan that are really going to separate it itself from those other competitor trailers out there. But if you're looking for a good ranch trailer that's set up really well, this is a really good package that they've come up with a couple extras that we have on it. Before we start walking you through it, let's go ahead and take a look at the drawing. I'll show you some specs on it. This trailer is 24 foot on the floor. It is 7'3" wide. It is 6'9" tall. We're gonna have a 40-inch front tack room, dressing room on this, with a center cut gate about 5.5 foot off that partition wall. So we'll walk you through this. We're going to show you all the different options. We're going to talk about Logans. First and foremost, the Logan is a galvanized steel frame aluminum body. So first and foremost, the galvanized steel frame, when we're comparing it to those competitor trailers out there that are typically black steel, galvanized steel is not going to rust like those trailers will. You have a lifetime corrosion warranty, being the first owner on this trailer. You're also going to get an 8-year structure and 2-year hardware warranty on the trailer, and a 1-year no questions asked warranty on your tires. So they're really standing behind the product. But the galvanized steel frame, the aluminum body, it's going to give it that more of a aluminum trailer look to it and lighten it up a little bit. First and foremost, we're just going to look at the nose, and you go, okay, what do we got going on here? This is their half nose. So we have really good bed clearance on this, whether you're running a flatbed or even a standard bed on your truck. But you're going to be able to adjust this coupler up and down to get you plenty of bed clearance. Located the spare up there and out of the way. If you wanted to go in and add a second spare, it could be done. We just need to get a foot in the bracket to put it underneath the gooseneck, but you could run 2 spares if you want. And then you're going to have some storage, which we'll show you when we get to the inside of this trailer, when we get up to this half kind of gooseneck deck itself. But one thing that you're going to see throughout this entire video is Vortex Lining. It's like a bed liner. It's really stout stuff. Okay, imagine a pop can. Big guy steps on it, crunches it, no problem. Logan has done this with some of these pop cans and some of their ambassadors, some steer wrestlers. They'll Vortex line a pop can, have the guy stand on it, and he can't crush it. So that's how stout and durable this stuff is. But they're going to incorporate this Vortex lining throughout the trailer, which is fantastic. Manual crank jack on this guy. One piece underneath the nose here is going to be a LED light. So this guy here, we can change the angle of it, but it's nice to have some light right underneath the gooseneck itself. Since this is a half nose, our cargo light isn't going to be as blocked as much as a standard nose, but it definitely is nice to have a little bit of extra light underneath this guy. So there's a good look at that kind of half nose that I was talking about. You're going to have some storage actually up in the gooseneck itself when we get over to driver's side, but as you can see, again, you're gonna have plenty of bed clearance and a lot of flexibility there. So, like I said, 40-inch front tack room. So we've got a partial, it's called kind of a 3/4 front tack room. On the other side, the dressing room itself, and then our actual tack room on this side. So these are solid walls in here all the way around. 4-tier blanket pole rack. You also have you have your saddle rack with your blanket poles underneath. So you have 4 of those guys. These guys are fixed, welded on. This can be adjusted, so you can actually kind of move it side to side if you want. A little bit of adjustment there, but they're fixed on the post itself. You've got some bridle hooks. Again, as you see, all the Vortex lining. They've got an LED light on the inside. There is a clothes bar up there, so if you just wanted to hang something from that up there, or some clothes, any other type of tack, if you just need it up and out of the way, you can do that. And with their standard models, which this is going to be one of those, there's going to be a couple things you get. First and foremost is that tire changing ramp. Those guys are awesome. I carry one in my truck just because it's so simple to be able to just drive up on that, rather than have to get my bottle jack out and doing all that. Sometimes it's just as easy to drive up on that. So you're gonna get that as a standard feature on their standard models, which this one is. On the door itself, you're gonna get a brush tray, so you can stack some smaller miscellaneous items there. If you want a door organizer or add a second brush tray, that can be done to this front tack room. So this is white sheeting. This is gonna be their standard tack doors. So these are built at the factory tack doors by Logan. They're squared at the top, a lot of framework within them, but then you're also gonna get the welded hinges on these guys too. So these guys are really stout. You're also gonna get a drip rail above the door itself. So it's gonna try to keep that moisture. I mean, we had a little bit of rain snow mix this morning, but you know, as we get snow here in Colorado, you know, 300 days of sunshine, we'll get snow on trailers and then the sun will come out and melt it, and then overnight it'll freeze again. So that stuff comes off a trailer and tries to get in these openings and it'll try to freeze a door shut. So those drip rails are supposed to try to keep all that moisture away. So you see the light above it. There's gonna be another one kind of above the wheel well area on this trailer on that top rail. But you've got some LED load lights on this. These guys put out a ton of light, not a big power draw, but I want you to pay attention to the protected, it's a branch guard is what it's called, but it's got a protectant around it. It's aluminum box basically that they built around there. That way it's gonna protect these. We understand you're gonna be going into some places where maybe you have some low hanging branches, brush, that type of stuff that can usually knock those lights off and do damage to it. Well, you've got protectors around all these load lights. So you have these two on this side, you're gonna have two more on the other, and we got one at the back that we'll show you, but that's a nice little feature there. Okay, big escape door on this guy. This is a 50-inch escape door. So that front stall there is just over 5.5 feet. And then we're gonna be right at about 15 feet behind that in that stall area. But this is great because, look, if you wanna just throw a saddled horse in here, you can. You can hop them through this big door, hop them out. But the other thing too is if you've got like a four-wheeler or something like that, you just have your ramps, drive it in there. As you can see, the recessed tie-down rings, you have one in each corner of this front stall. So if you need to ratchet something down, making sure it's secure, you've got that capability there. But that's why that gate is set in that area. So we're not wasting, you know, a big chunk of stall area by putting that center gate in the middle. You know, you'd waste a lot of space. That's why it's really nice to have that gate actually favored right behind this big 50-inch door itself. As you can see, we got brush fenders on this guy. Again, we've got this running board down low here that you can step up on. It's all Vortex lined. Again, really stout stuff. We can walk up here on this guy as well. But the brush fenders are really nice from that standpoint of where this trailer is actually going to be going. 2 upper air gaps, 4 tie rings on this side. You're going to have more on the other side. 2 7,000-pound Dexter rubber torsion axles, electric brakes. This trailer, when we put our name on it, actually had 10-ply tires, and we feel like, hey, it's worth the upgrade to go to a 14-ply tire, which we did on this trailer here. Again, I just feel like heavier duty tires on where this trailer is going to be going, you know, you're going to be much happier with that. One of the other cool things is storage. You get extra storage on this, and I'll show you on the other side as well. But you've got this storage box, again, Vortex lined. But it's definitely nice to be able to throw some items back in this area here. You can lock it. And again, with that Vortex, it's really going to protect everything that we're looking at there. So we have 50-50 rear gates. These are independent. The only difference is the one on driver's side, you're going to notice, has a little bit of a weather strip on there. And that's just to kind of protect from any, you know, moisture trying to get in that air gap right there. So as you can still see, more Vortex lining. So on this back gate, down low, kind of a kick mat, kick wall portion, the lower part is Vortex lined. No rubber bumper. This is actual bumper itself that's been Vortexed as well. So it's good and stout and durable. With their standard models, like I mentioned about that tire changing ramp, you're gonna get this floor. So this is the best self-draining floor in the market. In my opinion, hands down, they have nailed it. The reason why is, and I can show you on this gate back here, we've actually got a little bit of a cutout of it that shows you here. So what you have is you actually have these aluminum planks that run the length of this trailer. So it's almost like a 2x4, but there's a gap between them and it's on an angle. So we don't have to worry about splashback of moisture coming back into the trailer, but it allows the porous floor, the sure grip flooring up top, urine, other liquids to hit it, work its way through, out the trailer it goes. The other thing is this whiz-proof flooring, those are those aluminum planks, those are Vortex lined as well. So again, another step of that Vortex lining, but it doesn't allow urine to make contact with the aluminum. So out it goes. This stuff is fantastic. It's easy to clean. It's got a lot of grip to it, a lot of cushioning as well. You can just muck it out, your solids, nose it up a little bit, power wash it out, and it's amazing how much actually goes right through the floor itself rather than out the back. But that is fantastic flooring there. All right, as we come in, again, notice the Vortex lining. Since it's 7.3 wide, you're gonna have a little bit of wheel well on the inside, on each side of the trailer. That's just because of the box width itself. But again, it's got Vortex there. So again, we've got a center cut gate. It's on a slam latch, which I'm a big fan of slam latches from the standpoint of it's safer. It's nice if you have to push something up there, slam it, you've got a release on the outside and a release on the inside itself. Very easy to operate, and then you can actually just go ahead and lock it against the wall. But again, in this front stall, again, there's those tie rings down low. They're recessed into the wall, so they're not protruding out, which is fantastic for animal safety. You're gonna have some LED lights in here. You got a couple. You're gonna have one in this front stall and then one kind of split in the middle of the bigger stall that we were looking at. Aluminum sheeted roof. And then you're gonna have a tie rail on each side of this trailer between the two air gaps. So if you did want to put plexiglass in this trailer for any reason in the winter time, you can do that and still have a place to tie. You don't have to worry about throwing a lead rope around an upright post. With plexi, you can't do it, so you have the ability to tie here. And then I also want you to notice that there's some cattle drags in here. So we've got two of them kind of favored to the front of the bigger stall, and then two right at the back. So if you need to drag anybody in here, you can. But definitely some nice features in this guy here. And a good setup. Now, up at that top rail, on the back here, we've got another light, one of those big LED lights. It's got the cover on it to protect it. But I also want you to pay attention to the couple steps they did on our marker lights, or our tail lights, I should say. We even have protectants around those. Again, we understand where this trailer is going to be probably going and getting used. You want it to hold up, you want it to be durable. You don't want to back into something immediately, crack one of those lights, and there you go, now I got to replace that. Driver's side, same thing. You're going to have a storage box behind the wheels, exact same size as the other one. Again, you can lock it, Vortex lined, additional storage. Another load light there in the middle, and then one up at the 3/4 front dressing room. And again, they've got the protectants around them, those guards. Front tack door, you're gonna have another brush tray here. Again, if you want to add more, any type of door organizer, those can be done on this. It's the exact same door setup that we saw on the other side. And then as we come in, it's the 3/4. So first and foremost, you're gonna have some bridle hooks up here so you can hang some stuff. Our light switches are right inside because we do have some light in here. There's one above the door. And then here's a good look at that front kind of half deck on that gooseneck. So you do have storage up here. It does tuck around the corner. because this wall that we're looking at here is actually the back side of that front tack room. So again, it was solid all the way around, and that's what we're seeing here. So again, you've got storage capability up here. Throw some items on the floor. You got some bridle hooks, all the stuff you could need. Again, exact same door, key to like, white with the drip rail itself. So what a cool, unique trailer. So if you're needing a ranch trailer that's maybe not just a pipe trailer, you know, especially here in Colorado, this guy here, you could still seal up a little bit versus those. And when you get into the real cold winter months, anything like that. So I'm gonna give you the stock number for reference on this guy. Again, it's a 2025 Logan Coach Ranch Hand 24 footer. That stock number is 5N241434. We do take trade-ins, so if you're looking to upgrade, downsize, we can help you there. Financing is available and delivery is an option. So give us a call. Anybody on the sales team can help you out. That number is 303-684-3400. We appreciate you tuning in. Have a good day.